All right, here we go. So please, big round of applause as we bring up Orange County, Irvine, Goju-Ryu.
All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for coming. It's a beautiful breeze under this top, so relax and we hope you'll enjoy yourself. I'm Matthew Jimenez. I'm the chief instructor for the OCIGK Karate School. We teach in Irvine, Tustin, and Costa Mesa, and maybe Buena Park someday. But thank you for having us today. So we teach traditional karate. We were founded by Kyoshi Roy Caliente on around 1991. And it started in Irvine, and we have been teaching in the Irvine community and expanding for coming on 30 years now. So we're really grateful for everything that he's done for us. He's not here today. He wasn't able to join us, but he's here in spirit. So what are we doing today? So everybody's heard of something called martial arts, and martial arts is really any discipline that's committed to fighting and self-protection that's more than a sport. So within martial arts, this umbrella of martial arts, there's different types of martial arts. And they're typically associated with a country. So in China, it's Kung Fu. In Korea, it's Taekwondo. In Israel, it's Krav Maga. In France, it's Savate. And of course, in Japan, it's karate. So within each type of martial art, there's different and distinct styles. And so today, you're going to see Goju-Ryu. Goju-Ryu is the style that is the nucleus of our training. So, Sensei Ashi. So Goju-Ryu translates to hard, soft style. So you see Sensei Ashley on the right-hand side, they're more circular motions, a little bit more of a flowing motion, whereas Sensei Karina is showing the hard part of Goju-Ryu, more direct and more of what you typically correlate karate with. Thank you very much. So, thank you. So, besides just training in Goju-Ryu itself, we also have aspects of something called Kempo. We have Escrima Sticks from the Philippines. I've brought some Taekwondo and some advanced kicks into the training. So there's just a lot of variety that we bring, and we're going to demonstrate some of that today. I want to thank Sensei Tom, our senior sensei, and his daughter, Sensei Ashley, for the primary coordination of this. I want to thank our senpais in the back, Senpai Quilin, Alexa, Sumali, Max, Reynard, and Yassine, and of course Sensei Karina. They really put a lot of effort into this. So what we're going to demonstrate is, I correlate this way, or describe this way. So Senpai Yassine, in the back, our tallest, he's 19 years old. He started when he was about 5. So right around the time he started karate, he started learning math. And in parallel, that math track, from then until he graduated high school, he probably had thousands between textbooks and worksheets and tests. He probably had thousands of pieces of paper that he put his eyes on. And in that same time period, he had maybe 5 pieces of paper that he put his eyes on for karate. So karate very much is still passed on by word of mouth. So we have our punches and our kicks, and those are like our words. Then we put those together into combinations, and then those are what we call our techniques. Then we take the techniques and combine those again, and those are our kata, which is a prearranged sequence of movements. And those are our textbooks. So we are going to show you our textbooks today. So in closing, I want to emphasize something. Does everybody remember Cobra Kai? Raise your hand if you know Cobra Kai. Okay. So table that for a second. The history of karate is part tradition, part factual history, and part legend and legacy. But there are definite spots that are factual. We know people existed, and there was definitely that type of history. A gentleman by the name of Sakugawa, he lived from 1733 to 1815. He was the first to document something called a dojo-kun. And the dojo-kun was written like the guidelines of the dojo. And so who remembers the dojo-kun of Cobra Kai? Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. That's a bad dojo-kun. But back in 1800, Sokagawa's dojo-kun was seek perfection in character, respect others, endeavor, and refrain from violent behavior. So from the inception, karate was more than just kicks and punches. So while we're going to be demonstrating, we encourage you yourselves, or get your kids involved with karate. It's very much wholesome, and we guarantee it'll be something that you appreciate. Thank you again for coming. Let's do it. karate translates to open hand, referring to the fact that we don't use weapons other than our hands and our feet. And obviously, over years and years, the training is to be able to take our hands and our feet and use them in our own self-defense. So the primary way that we practice that is something called a kata, or a sequence or a form. And so we have a few of those to demonstrate right now. Just like anything we do, repetition, repetition, repetition builds strength. So you see we have Jackson and Nolan, I think have been here for about a year now. They've really picked up. We started age 4, and watch how solid they are at such a young age. This is called Kata Saifa, which translates to crush and destroy. You'll see there's a few moves in here where there's a big twist with a downward strike like that, really replicating our ability to take our bodies and turn it into something destructive. Saying that karate means open hand. So the Okinawans did this with the absence of weapons, but there were no dummies either. There were other things around, and they realized, well, if we can't use our hands, if there's something stronger, we're going to use it. And one of those things was something called nunchuck. So nunchuck started as just a flail that the Okinawans, was a farm tool that they used to beat the wheat and to beat the rice, to have the rice drop down, and it separated the wheat and the rice from the rest of the plant. So they turned that into a weapon. The art of traditional Okinawan weapons is called kobudo, and this is something else that we've incorporated to our training. So these 3 young ladies right here are going to demonstrate the nunchuck. One thing about these kata, and if you look at a lot of the books in the 60s and the 70s, you'll see a lot that karate is this secret thing. We'll teach you the secrets and all these hidden moves of the ancient Japanese. And there's some truth to that. So we call these secrets bunkai. And so what Campion and Maya just did was a kata called Seiunchin, which means to grab and to pull off balance. And so this very first move, go ahead and do it again. It's very beautiful, very soft, almost like a dance. I love it. This is my favorite kata, especially when you have these youngsters doing it so well. But who knows that that means anything? So if Campion were to, this one, Campion were to grab Maya, which he would never do, but if he was some kind of a bully, she grabs, just as she did in the kata. Pull. And very simple translation of these moves. It's not just kata, everything that we do in karate has a meaning. So we talked about the words and the sentences and the paragraphs of karate. Go ahead, you're done. Thank you. We now, as you start to advance, we expect you now to create your own paragraphs, to create your essays. So Sensei Tom and Sensei Ashi have put together their little mini book of these words of karate, and then shortly thereafter you'll see Yassine, Reynard, and Max who have done the same thing. that's our demonstration, ladies and gentlemen. One more round of applause for these amazing individuals. So we thank you again for coming out. We hope we've educated a little bit. We hope we've entertained a little bit. And remember the words of Sakugawa: respect others, endeavor, seek perfection of character, and refrain from violent behavior. Have an excellent and outstanding weekend, and thank you again. Have a great day.